I've informed the Horde, and it looks like we've actually got one of those big events.
My data login is a key. Never mind. There's a chance of being a key, and instead it's not.
Never mind.
Oh, Aether being, ah!
Instead, I can summon a black line merchant.
Before I got there.
Single use. Isn't that kind of worthless because you can? Isn't there a black line merchant just in town?
Yeah.
They can teleport to for basically free.
Yep. Yeah, I don't like all those
other
items.
That's just as valuable as getting the key. Game teases me. It's like, yeah, maybe you'll get a key. key. JK, you got this thing that summons the merchant you can just travel to in 3 seconds. This game's being mean to me.
Game likes to be mean. Oh, jeez.
I still love this game. It's one of my favorite MMOs.
I said there was no sorting option in this game, and then somebody told me it's right there, dumbass, but I can't find it.
It's called, like, compact or whatever.
It's called compact, but all it does is it just
won't actually sort by items.
Squishes everything together.
Yeah, so they're lying.
Yes.
It's not a sort. It literally just gets rid of all the blank spots.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I want to make it so that all of the items, like all the chess pieces are together and all the weapons are together and stuff. Are you fighting like a champion
MOA or something?
Yeah,
where are you?
There's a legendary MOA here. More or less at
well, I'm not part of your party, so I can't tell where you are.
Just look for the
Let us love you.
Send me an invite instead of just complaining about it.
I don't remember how.
You've just been nothing but sass.
Yes. Well, I'm in the middle of combat. You are doing what?
Well, the thing is, you didn't even inform us where you're going, why.
People are yelling it in guild chat constantly.
He decided to start without us.
It was here when I got, like, when I logged in. This thing was more or less just, like, 10 feet away from me.
I invited you.
Okay, thank you. And no, you invited Keith, not me, or maybe Keith. I don't know.
I invited
anyway,
both of you.
This thing just.
Oh, I was about to send my invite to him, but then you invited me, so I clicked
this
yes.
thing more or less just keeps killing everybody.
I think if two people invite each other, you both end up just automatically in the same party without either of you having to accept. Maybe.
Oh, and no,
maybe.
But yeah, if you guys want to get down here, this is one of those that gives like good rewards.
Okay. It is pretty much back where we were.
Absolutely crushing everybody available.
I will stay at a distance and do pew pew, because that's what rangers do.
Yes.
Hang on, I gotta spend the next half an hour slowly sorting through my equipment items. My inventory scares me sometimes. Where are you guys right now, anyway?
We're up in the Brisbane Wildlands, where all those little houses were.
Just south of me. Okay.
Oh yeah, and I suppose.
What is with these like crazy beams that come off of
Wait,
this
where
guy?
did you go? Are you down? What?
We failed it.
Oh, great. I just get to where your position is and it goes away.
I mean, there was a warp point.
Yeah.
No, I got to the warp point, but then somehow I missed it, or I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
I'm getting the vista over here.
I mean,
people said they were just south, so I went just south and just traveled down here. And so it goes, wah. Weird frame skipping.
Okay. So, are you streaming this, or have you just kind of given up on that?
Yeah, I'm streaming. No dropped frames so far.
Hey.
Maybe things are doing better.
Yeah, you did your Q&A stream.
My upload rate has not been great lately, though.
Oh. I've noticed YouTube's felt slower lately. Like, my videos that usually take, like, 30 seconds to upload have been, like, 10 minutes.
Yeah, like, it's an exponential increase in upload times. It's been, like, actively screwing with my schedule, because I'm like, I can't start recording it because I'm not done setting up all of today's videos still, because they won't upload.
I get the very distinct feeling that, YouTube is, like, experimenting with stuff kind of hard lately.
Hello, Gladderbot.
I actually would not be surprised if... Oh, yeah, Keith, go visit a merchant...
How do you feel about being an anagram of your arch nemesis?
What? Andrew?
Yeah.
He is hardly my arch nemesis.
I hardly ever...
I'm
pretty sure that I've had this like whole revelation 2 years ago and then just forgot slowly. But I rediscovered it today, and I'm like, oh my god!
Hey Keith, go buy
like their names are like the same name.
Oh yeah, do you have gathering tools?
No.
Yeah, go get them because you
I
get
never picked a profession.
No. You do.
This isn't like WoW. So gathering is just free as long as you have the right tool for the job. You can gather anything.
Oh wait, no, I do have gathering tools because they throw them at you.
Yeah. So you want to gather every single resource you have like you can get, because
you'll need them later for crafting.
You'll need them later for crafting, but also it gives you experience. Just straight up. Sometimes more than killing a monster. So you just level.
So they don't disappear when somebody else does them?
No.
Nope.
No, there's no competition for resources.
Now my inventory can fill even faster.
Well, actually, what you do is you have a little tab that says, let's see, it's on the options, and you can do deposit all materials. You actually have a material bank that...
So we're in a 15 to 25 zone?
Yeah, I figured we'd run this area because it's pretty, and our personal story is probably going to take us through here anyway.
Oh, are you doing the heart to the south?
It does mean that if we're here, we can't. We don't have to deal with certain zones being higher level than us.
Exactly. That's why I was always going to. Let me not talk to this guy. I was thinking we'd always do zones that we're at the maximum for. That way, you never have to worry about being underleveled. And since there's scaling, who cares? Like you'll still get full resources. So.
Embarrassing. I started my first fight without summoning, and I'm like, something's wrong here.
No,
I'm just hitting him with the really crappy spells. I'm like, nothing's happening right now. This is not ideal.
Make the Nightmare Court feel unwelcome by setting fire to brambles. Search Nightmare bulbs for prisoners.
Protect the Reverend Terebrith gardeners.
Okay. I guess we'll come. There's a heart down south here that we probably want to grab. Finish off quickly.
Well, I haven't even gotten any of it.
They're under attack. Without them, we won't have gardens.
Look,
or gardeners.
I understand that you have a certain affinity for people of earthly vocations, but
I was gonna say, like, you're gonna have to like stretch this one, won't you?
Yeah. I mean, gardeners, geologists, they're both G-word professions.
Sure. Right up there with Game of Thrones director.
Sure, why not?
Basically the same job.
Yeah, they have to breathe.
There's a letter involved.
They have to breathe. They have to eat. Those are some serious similarities. There is no event here.
Now, do gemologists just study gems, or do they?
Did you guys miss it?
Yeah, event's over.
Well.
Oh wait, no, there it is.
No.
Oh,
there it is.
We have to. Yeah.
Face changing, I guess.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I don't see a reward on my screen, and I definitely was here.
I've already completed this heart, but I
must have been distracted while thinking of G names, and my best what I could think of was just a form of media that starts with G and say director.
Oh wait,
gynecologist. That would have been a more legit profession to say.
Well, I mean, if Gwyneth Paltrow is believed,
director.
If Gwyneth Paltrow is to be believed, there are more similarities between geologists and gynecologists than you'd think.
Because they're both cave splunkers.
No,
she was a proponent of some weird practices.
She's selling some like weird homeopathic gynecology stuff.
Oh yeah, homeopathy, also known as making shit up.
Yeah, but she's like selling jade stones that ladies
You're
put
supposed
in their
stick up there. Gross.
Woohoos for
vagina stones.
Yeah,
yes.
But like porous stones, which is not something you want to have in places where it can collect bacteria.
Those can get infected.
Full of things that can, yeah. Not only will the porous stone likely shred your insides, but also all the pores are likely filled with stuff that can infect you.
But so as a result of this,
don't listen to
actors,
any actor or celebrity that's not known for being a doctor for your doctorly advice.
Who's the comedian guy from the Community?
Indian guy from the Community?
No.
Comedian.
Comedian. Well, I guess that's everybody. No, the Chinese surgeon turned comedian.
What? They said Indian.
Isn't it?
You changed every variable
I said
of
comedian.
who this person is.
I swear I said comedian. I could have said Indian. I don't know.
He said
I heard
comedian.
Indian guy from the show Community, and then you said
which is a
Chinese
different
guy comedian, and I'm like, I'm so confused.
Is it Ken Jeong or something? I don't remember names, but yeah, he was a surgeon well before he like.
Next, he's gonna turn out to be a yak.
Ha ha! Yeah. He was a surgeon well before he became a comedian, and so he's like the only actor I'd probably say like maybe his medical advice is valid. Yeah, we're done with the heart. Let's get out of here.
Let's go down to the other heart.
I guess I'll get the where's the how'd you get up to the Vista? Go down?
Which one?
How do you tell how
the Vista.
The one over here you go around.
From the south?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
Wood. So this is a mimosa sapling. You can hack it up. Sometimes you get amber from these, which...
Like, it just bleeds like orange juice and champagne.
Yeah. Drink that tree. Put it in your mouth.
Impressive. I want this tree in my backyard.
I've never had a mimosa. What? So mimosas, they...
Orange juice and champagne, yeah.
Really?
Those are the 2 ingredients.
Huh.
Most alcoholic beverages are fairly uncreative. It's like, let's just stick 2 alcohols
take the booze
together
and stick a thing on it.
Yeah, and then maybe make it colorful
Usually
and then
fruit
call
juice.
it something fancy.
I mean, they are just called mixed drinks, and to be fair, alcohol in the first place isn't really complicated already.
I had a friend who was like learning how to make moonshine and like a bunch of other stuff, and some of his experiments were awful.
This is where we need to go. Oh yeah, I was starting to
well,
watch The
quick
Defenders, but I only got through 1 episode, and it was weird.
Did you watch the other shows that lead up to it, or did you just randomly start with The Defenders?
We had seen part of Luke Cage.
We've seen most of Luke Cage. We didn't get around to seeing Iron Fist, Daredevil, or Jessica Jones.
It is functionally season 6 of a show, so it's a weird place to start.
I mean, I got a pretty good gist of the characters.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're just superheroes that punch things, and there's a bad guy. So, like, it's not that complicated, but, like, it is weird to start in season 6.
Well, I could tell that Iron Fist, you know, had a tragic past and potentially has post-traumatic stress disorder or something, like terrible nightmares. Jessica Jones just, like...
Iron Fist definitely does not have PTSD.
Really? He was like,
No.
Everyone was covered in blood and they were accusing him of letting them die. And...
That's because the season finale ended with, well, spoilers. Lots of spoilers.
Okay, well, everyone died.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Rocks fall. Everything's rocks all the time.
It's a D&D joke.
Yeah, so I should probably go see the other ones. It's just that I don't know.
Honestly, you're just better off watching the other ones than watching the Defenders, because they're pretty much all better than the Defenders. The only season that's worse than Defenders is Iron Fist, which is just the worst thing that ever happened in this universe that they made. But yeah, Jessica Jones is better, Daredevil's better, Luke Cage is better. Defenders is just so disappointing.
At the very beginning, Defenders Luke Cage did a no-no that usually makes me turn off shows. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean,
doesn't like when people sleep with people.
Oh yeah, he has sex in the first episode. I'm like, what did Luke Cage do wrong?
He did
horrible, unethical Luke Cage having sex with his girlfriend like people do.
Well, it's just one of those things where like it was like really violently ruckus and stuff, and it was just like, okay, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that I watched.
Shell only appreciates the most vanilla.
They haven't seen each other for months.
Yes, I understand that, but
You're so
Shell refuses
by,
to
like,
watch anything but the most vanilla
relationships on television.
It's just not usually the thing I want to see going into a new show. Let's just put it that way.
Well, it's not a new show. It's season 6 of a show.
Yeah. I mean, the thing was, I could understand it because it was a character that I knew from the previous show. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I can see why they care for one another and stuff.
Keith, where are you?
At least it wasn't...
I have no idea where you guys went.
Straight south of you.
Random...
I basically never went anywhere. I'm trying to find the stuff for this heart.
It's straight north. Or straight south, sorry.
It's confusing because if you even slightly walk away, it seems the heart just disappears off my corner. I'm like, I left already? What happened?
Yeah, there's a series of like kind of caves south of where you are. If you just come towards us, we're like smack dab in the middle of it.
And I was also talking to the scout.
You know, I always like check heart progress. I'm like, okay, I'm done with the heart. Let's see where they are. And Keith hasn't even started yet, and I'm like, oh, that's a concern.
Yeah, it's the usual.
What I also found really awkward was another woman that he had a fling with knocked on their door not long afterwards. I was like, oh hey, yeah, I need to tell you about stuff that's going on around town.
Yeah, Luke Cage has a relationship with like half the female cast.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, I've known for a long time that he's supposed to end up with Jessica Jones, right? Like, they actually get married and stuff. So...
Well, in the comics.
In the comics.
But like, that could be anything.
I mean, right now he's in a relationship with a character that doesn't exist in the comics, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Night Nurse, who is basically the Coulson of
Well,
their
doesn't that mean that
series.
she's going to be killed off eventually or something? Like, what are your predictions?
I mean, I can't make predictions because I've already watched Defenders.
Oh, so she does die.
I've watched that's not what that means.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Defenders spoiler cast part 2.
That's me refusing to answer your question, which is not an answer.
Okay.
And it's not a refusal to answer a question that implies one way or the other. It's literally just I will refuse to answer the question. Period. I'm not revealing anything about anyone's fate aside from that Luke Cage has sex.
I can confirm Luke Cage has sex repeatedly.
Guys.
Because he falls for Jessica Jones during Jessica Jones's show because he's in her show before he has his own show, but then she's not in his show at all.
So was his show happening before her show?
No, after. His show is actually a direct sequel, kind of.
Yeah,
Wait,
at least
so
for
then
him.
everything just was glossed over and he didn't even think about her?
No, stuff happens in her show.
Oh, okay.
You should really just watch the shows instead of trying to figure out, untangle the complicated web of all the relationships that happened over the course of them. Like, they're on Netflix. They're all there. You can just watch them.
Yeah, I know.
I will admit that's part of the reason why I like the
boss!
It's just that now, because you weren't keeping track of it while it was coming out, you now have to go back and, like, look up a spreadsheet that tells you what order they happened in. Because otherwise stuff could be sequence breaking and confusing.
Is it actually a boss? Oh yeah, so it is.
It goes Daredevil Season 1, Jessica Jones, Daredevil Season 2, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Defenders. Basically the exact Avengers model of them being like, Iron Fist 1. Okay, that worked out. Everyone gets another season, including Iron Fist. I'm sorry, Iron Man.
Wait, did I finish the heart? Oh yeah, there are 2 hearts. Did I finish the heart in this section?
No, there's no other heart in this area. It's just this one.
Oh, then I must have finished it. Oh, I see. It's pointing me to the very, very distant heart.
Yeah, because it wants us to go elsewhere.
The distant heart.
But we have to wait for Keith.
Nah. I'm not going to be all broken up about it anymore. You're just going to constantly feel the results of how much you rush every game we ever play, and I'm just going to casually play. Because scrambling to keep up last session was not fun, so I'm just gonna play casually.
I think part of it is also like I've got that baseline efficiency where I've literally done every single zone in the game up until we hit.
Yeah, but also every time we play any game, you never stop. You are so like pointlessly fast.
Just efficiency. I don't know. I'm not as bad as some people, but like. When I play these games, I almost like get the baseline.
It's just I'm gonna take a break and look at stuff and look at my inventory and check out skills here and there and.
Yeah, I have to look at skills.
I've been not able to play the game, and every comment, all the comments are basically just Wander's going way too fast, and you don't even know what the game is or how to play it yet.
Yep.
Or where you're going.
Also,
or what to
there's
do
some
and
pretty
so on.
stuff around here.
And like I never look at my inventory because I'm terrified of falling behind more because I'm thinking like a stream of hundreds of people's waiting for me to get off my ass.
I mean, it seems like the novelty is worn off to some degree. We do have a sizable horde, but it's not as like aggressive as it was. That like first night. That first night.
Has he been able to tag enough creatures, or is he just entering?
No.
There he is.
Keith's done with a heart, so we can actually leave now.
Okay.
Oh god, Jessica's chat says they watched Jessica Jones and scripted Defenders. That is not a good idea. On one hand, Jessica Jones is the most irrelevant to all of the seasons to setting up the Defenders, but on the other hand, skipping the Defenders is just pointless because it's the worst season. You're skipping good seasons to get to a bad. You're skipping good seasons to get to a bad season. Well, people should just not watch Iron Fist. Unless they're dead set on watching Defenders.
Well, I mean, that's one reason.
Unfortunately, Iron Fist is so focused on setting up Defenders that it doesn't even have. It barely has time for its own story sometimes.
That sucks.
Well, I could figure it was dealing with the hand.
Yeah. There was a glorious 3.5 seasons where we had never even heard of the hand before, and it was nice. But then at some point all these shows were like, we're gotta set up the hand, so now this inject the hand into other storylines, and like everyone has to deal with the hand individually. Inject the hand.
It's like the most clinical term for fisting I've ever heard.
The other thing too is all that I've gleaned from Sigourney Weaver's role in this is she has fatal cancer, possibly, and there's like an old lady that she speaks with who somehow relays her orders to them. And, what? What are you laughing about?
Can we not spoiler cast Defenders? Because Keith's already done that.
Sorry.
And you should really go watch the show.
I made a spoiler cast of it already. I'm just really amused by you calling Madame Gao some random old lady. I'm like, she's like the primary antagonist for like 2 seasons prior.
She just seems so absent-minded and deferent.
So prevalent that it was really funny.
Well, so going into it, having never seen her before, she just looked like some kind of woman who was taking Sigourney Weaver's character's orders, and like, I mean, she gave her a package of pigeon feed and is like, here, feed the rest of the pigeons. You know what I mean?
It's like Sigourney Weaver just showed up because she was an expensive actor and everything, but Madame Gao, the woman next to her, like
she had to feed the pigeons.
She's been around for a long time, so it's like she's not just some random person.
Yes, but she was given
she's had as much screen time as most of the Defenders.
Yes, but she had to feed the pigeons.
Your fixation.
I mean, just the whole setup for that scene, it's just like, she's like, okay, well, the plan is going well. Sigourney Weaver's like, no, we have to do this. And she's like, but, oh. And then she's like, I'm gonna leave now. Oh, also, feed the pigeons.
You're so fixated on this one scene.
Well, it's supposed to set up the relationship between the characters, and all I saw was that.
I mean, it is setting up the relationship between the characters.
Mm-hmm. So when
Madame Gao has been a primary antagonist for multiple seasons, and then there's Sigourney Weaver just shows up, and it's like, by the way, Madame Gao works for this character.
Right. So that's why I would never have known that Madame Gao is supposed to be some notorious villain.
Can we seriously move this stuff to like podcast? Because I've never seen the Defenders, and we've been going for 20 minutes. And
I've only seen one episode of it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying
she keeps like asking questions.
Yeah, Shell.
It was the pigeons.
Self-control. No, it's not.
Like,
it's not.
Then you're like, please stop, and she just powers through and ignores you.
She doesn't care.
Sorry, I don't even know what we're doing at this point.
We get so much shit in every series we ever make for talking over Shell or not responding immediately to Shell, but like she powers through everything we say so often and gets no flack for it ever.
Well, it's because she doesn't actually put these series on her channel, so nobody can give her flack on her videos for powering over us.
The comments white knighting have always been fascinating.
Well,
in
the other thing too is, I mean, you cannot deny that pigeons.
No, I can't deny it. Shut up about the goddamn pigeons.
She's really going back to it.
I don't want to talk about pigeons. I'm gonna just start going, ah!
They're so cute.
Whenever I hear the word pigeon now for the rest of this series,
the symbolism, all the pigeons were white pigeons.
I'm just gonna start making horrible noises.
Pigeon bot.
Yeah. Hey everyone,
Pigeon
bot here.
We need to play Hatoful Boyfriend, guys. We need to play Hatoful. They don't make noises like that.
I don't care.
They do now, apparently. Gonna have to get used to that now.
I'm going to Grave of Manlore pigeons to be horror.
Just like cows already like
oh crap! I
excrete fire out of their butts.
Or did I?
Oh,
I am.
It's actually like a really nice gathering
sorting
spot
an inventory because
Watch.
this inventory is a nightmare.
I'm pretty sure in Wander's D&D universe, pigeons would acquire like acid rain status.
No, they just don't exist.
Oh, they don't exist?
They just die.
Oh, okay.
You're not allowed to sell those?
So, did you order, like, how many bags do you have, Keith? And, like,
ooh,
what size
there's a lot of food up here.
8, 14, 18. That's the starter one, huh? Oh, that's 20. Whoops, I was reading the left. 8, 10, 20, 20.
The Grawl had a spinach patch.
Yep. Cave trolls.
Oh, cave trolls, sorry.
Not the same thing.
They look similar, unfortunately.
Not quite the same.
Either. Oh, that's an upgrade. Shit.
Let's see.
Oh. You know a good prefix for my character? Because this game has way too many prefixes when you're choosing the trait of an item. Yeah.
Oh, prefix. So if you're
Damage
just going to be a
berserkers and
necromancer, look
whatnot.
for things that boost your power and your condition damage.
I'm asking if you have one memorized. That's good.
Ravaging.
because I have to look through all of them one by one.
Ravaging is good. Berserkers.
Oh,
Those are
Ravaging's not here. Berserkers is here.
Yep.
Power, precision, and ferocity.
Yeah.
What do those three stats do?
Ferocity is crit damage. Power is just damage, and precision is 2 hit. And might also be crit rate. I don't know if they've changed it.
Also, we're nowhere near a heart. Are we just doing the events?
Well, Keith is managing inventory, so I figured I'd do other things while we wait.
Okay.
But this
if
inventory
everybody
does not feel like it's in a game that's been out for years.
How interesting.
If everybody turns in their cavern scutter energies, the mission will probably end.
Excelsior.
I'm just going to assume everybody has that. I'm going to go off and do another event while we wait.
Seems weird to specialize in critting as a necromancer.
Oh, we're sort of going off into some Asuran territory.
Can AoE damage over time spells even crit in the first place?
Wait, you guys are all the way out in the field?
I'll just take your word
Everyone's
for
here
it.
with me then.
Yeah.
I'll be here for the rest of my life, looking at one item, let alone all the other ones I have.
I will actually just throw those away. I'm like, this isn't worth looking at.
So one of you
Oh,
is by a shield, and the other one of you, is doing inventory?
Keith is in town,
More space
and
to even look through these things. I can't even like separate them visually from each other. So I
And
can just
Oh, you're doing the
put them
Largos
together.
thing, aren't you?
yeah, he almost killed the last one, and we just barely made it in time.
How is there an MMO that's been out for
Oh,
years
I
that
missed
doesn't let you
it.
sort items? Alright, so this scepter's not good.
There we go. Multiple events.
What's
You-
down here?
Clams. Clams.
You don't even like eating clams.
No, I actually rather like eating clams. I hate the smell of clam. Makes me sick.
Here's a weird problem. If you double click on your salvage kit and highlight items, all of their stats start coming up as green, as if they're better than your current stuff.
Oh. Ooh.
Which means that you can't like just hover around and then salvage stuff on the go. You have to manually deselect the salvage kit between every item, so you can actually see whether they're green or red, because they always show up as green when you salvage. So every item looks better than your current gear until you unclick the salvage gear for some reason. I'm not sure why. I couldn't sell you or anything, right? Oh no, I can do the better item.
I actually prefer mussels over clams. Keith, do you like seafood?
No.
You don't? Huh.
Pretty much the only context I have seafood in really ever is sushi.
Oh. Well, do you like sushi then? Or no?
I just said that I have sushi, and you're like, "Do you like sushi?"
Do you
Well,
resent...
what particular, like, meat?
Do you
is what I'm
resent
getting
the
at.
Force
sushi that you
yourself to have
consume?
sushi while not liking it.
No, like, I was just wondering which meat you prefer when it comes to sushi.
I'm not really choosy with sushi.
Because, I mean,
Relatively rare to begin with. Can I not
there's
sell this either?
raw tuna, there's raw
Something
salmon,
about-
there's eel.
I like how I'm like, I don't really have a strong opinion. You're like, I'm just going to list every possible option. As if that's going to
Again,
change your answer.
Shell doesn't actually care what you have to say as long as it segues into what she says next.
Well, no, I like to have interesting conversations. I just...
But you also don't understand
There's just
that not everybody...
non-answers. There's such thing as,
Everybody doesn't always have an answer to every question. You'll ask me, like, tech support problems, and I'll just be like, I don't know. And you're like, but what if... And I'm like, I really don't know. And then it keeps going. Or, like, my mother... I'll have a conversation with my mother, and Shell's like, hey, what did your mother say? And I'm like, mostly we talked about the weather and my racist grandma. And she's like, well, but was there anything else? And then like, no. And then an hour later, she's like, what else did you talk with your mother about? And I'm like, my racist grandmother.
That's the whole story. It's over now.
Yeah, I was not aware of how racist she was until recently, and now I know she's quite racist.
Well, the problem is, Wander isn't very attentive.
Discovering your grandparents
and Gloss
discovering that your grandparents are really racist is a fascinating experience.
It is. It's kind of uncomfortable, because, like, effectively, if my grandmother is going to be super racist about stuff, that almost automatically guarantees that, like, a lot of the rest of my, extended family is going to be kind of racist. By the way, if you want to come north, we're working on a heart up here, Keith.
Oh, yeah, why are we working on this event but not the heart? Or actually, we are working on the heart.
Yeah, this is a heart. But, so my grandmother's kind of a matriarch, so she's very much like, she's very much like,
How do you use upgrade slots?
You apply the item,
yeah,
clicking on it.
I wouldn't spend too much time thinking about it. A lot of this stuff
Usually you
really
replace
doesn't
your
matter until later.
Gear very easily.
Shit. What the hell? There we go. What? Ah, screw it. Not worth it. It's like double click to apply to an armor, and I'm like, okay, I'll try putting in this thing, and it's like,
I just sell that
it
stuff.
just doesn't respond to me. Like the clicking doesn't do anything. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I really would say,
wrong?
Considering how fast we're going to be leveling and cycling through gear, don't really spend too much time managing. It's actually better to just make money right now.
No, I'm just in the process of literally just trying to find, like, just lining up, like, 3 pairs of pants and then seeing which one currently has the best stats, then clicking on it, and that's the entire process. But there's no sorting option, so I have to manually sort my inventory over and over again to figure out what to sell and what to keep. And I don't know at a glance what item slot half the items even are. Like, I flat out didn't have most of my, like, all the stuff on the right side of your hero screen was empty for me. So I didn't even know what to put there, or that you could equip stuff there. Like, we've been moving so fast, I didn't know about rings and amulets and things until, like, just now. So I'm trying to do basic gameplay and upkeep of my character.
Shell, where are you going?
I'm still trying to finish the heart. I don't want to keep doing oozes. I was trying to look for more,
so were you just
cameras.
fighting the oozes? Because, the way you really boost this heart up is actually by turning in the,
Well, I was turning them in, but it didn't seem to be giving as much credit as I thought there should be.
I find just turning in the balls of ooze really finishes this one rather quickly.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I kept putting them in there and nothing was really happening.
Unfortunately, I don't want to go too far because Keith hasn't even started this one up until now.
I had the fun experience where my grandparents were on, like, uneven levels of racism about something that was really funny. Is where my grandfather was just telling this nice story where they were at a restaurant and somebody they finished their meal and there was, like, some nice people they were talking to. They were sitting near them and stuff. I think it was at, like, I think it was at one of those, like, restaurants where it's like a Japanese restaurant where you hang out and, like, they make a show about it, so everyone's kind of sitting around this one circular bar and everything, while they're like the Benihana's type places.
Well, is it hibachi then?
So it's, like, kind of shared seating and everything like that. And it's like there's just some nice people there, and they ended up paying for their meal at the end because it was Veterans Day, and my grandfather was a veteran. And then my grandfather finishes this nice story about these people that paid for their meal on Veterans Day and stuff like that. And then my grandmother leans in and she's like, and the nice part was that they were African American, and everyone just loses it at the table because this is like Thanksgiving dinner. And everyone just can't stop laughing because she has no idea what she just did or, like, how funny that was. But it's like, she's just like, she had to add how great it was that African Americans can also be nice on Veterans Day. And it's like, we were like, what is happening? Oh no, you're so old and you'll never understand. But even my grandfather was like, yes, I was specifically not including that in the story because it's not a distinguishing feature. that you just bring up randomly.
Keith, you should come over here and sit at the communal boost bonfire for a moment.
Communal bonfire.
This is cool. Yeah, so it increases EXP by 50% for an hour.
Nice.
Which is not...
Jesus.
That's not insubstantial.
That's a lot.
Yeah. People were actually itemizing why I level faster than you. And there was, like, a lot of stuff I hadn't even, like, taken into account.
Like?
Like, I'm pretty consistent about making sure I have that food buff. Whereas I assume you guys kind of...
I made sure I ate some food.
If I try to search my inventory, I just get left behind.
True. But also, like...
ooze samples?
Yeah, so, these toxic oozes will drop balls of ooze. Most of us probably don't need them
a water
anymore.
quest or a not water? Oh, it's not a water quest.
It's not water. Let's see, but,
Here we go.
Yep. So just grab the balls of ooze and then turn them into the ooze processors. They'll get you the most amount of heart progress. Generally, killing stuff for a heart is the easiest, but sometimes the slowest. But at least you don't have to think, which is kind of nice.
And the processor, is that the fire, or no?
No, but it's next to the fire.
Oh, here they are.
Yeah, there they are. Actually, come to think of it, people watching me, let's I'm just gonna start piling, balls of ooze directly next to them, and you can just, I'd
be surprised if they weren't instanced.
They are not instanced. You can compete for them.
Huh, group event, destroy the malfunctioning golem.
I'm just gonna, oops, and I just threw that one away. Whoopsie, oh wait, no, I didn't throw it away. I pressed 1 instead of drop, and my character made like a flinging animation. I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah, if you don't need them, just stack them next to the processor, and that'll get Keith through this one quicker.
There's something paradoxical about using a bunch of plague and poison AoE spells against like an ooze monster.
Yeah.
I'm just too poisony for them. It's like when Scott Pilgrim fights the bass player. Like they're fighting using the same thing at each other.
All right, Keith. There's like a whole mess of ooze back there. You should get your ooze on.
It took me surprisingly long to get a single one by hand because I think people don't recognize me in the crowd, so I kill stuff and then they just take the ball away, and I'm like, no, I was trying to get that. And then they just bring it here and put it in the pile. I'm like, I was right there.
Have I sent you any of those like garishly pink dyes or anything like that?
I don't remember.
Okay, because we should get you like garishly pink or something to make this easier.
Just turn the lights off and I'm already there.
Oh. Did my guild... No, guild hasn't maxed out.
Oh, the ball went away. Weird.
Ah. Let's see, we're gonna do a jumping puzzle tonight. We should. I'll look up,
What are you looking up in particular?
Oh, I was gonna say I should look up, jumping puzzles and mini dungeons, because apparently each zone has, like, a mini dungeon. Which is
I don't
actually
know if I've ever did a
cool.
dungeon in this game.
So there are dungeons and mini dungeons. Mini dungeons are, like, mad easy. Are you done?
No.
You're almost there. One more slime. So, mini dungeons are just, like, kind of a short little non-instanced area. It's just time-gated, usually. And it has, like, a reward chest at the end.
There we go.
And actual dungeons are things that we'll have to do at, a later date. Okay, so there is a puzzle in here. Cool. Yeah, I will, for people hanging out with us, we will absolutely do a jumping puzzle tonight if we make it over there. If not, then
We're all set.
It'll be before we leave this area, for sure. Okay.
I got 3 new skills. Oh, I just jumped in the water.
That's underwater ones.
And when you jump in the water, it's like, you learned new skills. I'm like, no, what? I didn't level.
Let's see, how do we get up in here?
What am I doing on...
Are you looking for the vista? You pretty much have to crawl up this side over here.
Yeah. Well, do you? Or do you just pop out a window?
I forgot.
I crawled
what
up
level
the
do I have to be
side.
again? Shit.
Oh, yeah, you do have to
Do you
crawl
remember
up the
what
side.
level elite skills
Oh,
were
it's
again?
right here. Elite skills are 30.
Yeah, 30,
30.
35.
That'll be a little while.
Yeah, this vista is mad easy. Unless you've gone much further than us, which is entirely possible.
Oh,
Oh, yep,
there's a rampaging
he's all the way up by
golem
the
near here.
He's all the way up by the bridge.
Oh, Keith is the one off the rails. I should probably go help.
It's just the local. It's just the closest heart.
It's true. Did you already get the vista then?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
There wasn't even like a puzzle to get to it. It was just like sitting there.
I just want to make sure that like we're not leaving you behind too much, because I'd rather be mildly ahead of you than like truly leaving you behind, or actually behind you.
I was gonna say like a second ago, like,
No,
wait a minute,
no.
you're about to say a sentence where all of the options involve you being ahead.
Well, like with the slime thing, I was ahead of you, but like who cared? Because I was just hanging out and not like doing too much.
Yep, so fighting the Inquest is all down there. Whoa!
I guess the event's pretty far north.
I got distracted with another event.
It popped up
closer to the
locally, but
waypoint.
it's not actually nearby.
Gotta repair stuff? Oh, I see. Tog repairs. We just help. There we go.
Yep, so this is the... It's sort of... Do the Asura funnel into the zone as
Yeah,
well?
the Asura and the
Sylvari.
The Asura and the Sylvari all kind of funnel into the exact same zone. I think they're actually the only ones that have like a combined area. Because the humans have
baby gnomes.
The humans have the Kassex foothills. The
You mean the Asura are gnomes to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
They sort of have long,
They're way more interesting
wobbly ears. What else?
I mean, they're most similar to the tiny people in Final Fantasy XI, probably.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Honestly, they all look like Dobby.
Yeah. No, they
except without the pointed nose, they have like flatter faces.
Yeah,
and
but they've got
larger
the
eyes.
like ridiculously like
Obviously.
misshapen, creepy faces and so on and so forth.
Who's a creepy little fuck? Yes, you are.
Oh, they probably wouldn't like to hear that though. They're supposed to be the
Whose
technical.
face looks like the back of a foot?
I say that whenever I see a pug.
A pug.
Oh, poor pugs. We made them for some reason. They could
Seriously,
have been normal dogs, but we ruined that by making them pugs.
Whenever I see one of those like actually like evolutionarily backwards dogs, I'm just like, I'm sorry.
Humans, why?
Yeah. There's just nothing.
Probably
there's nothing.
some shitty British royalty or something that made
Oh,
that
yeah.
happen. Alright, that heart's done. I think that...
I still have a little bit more to go. Maybe destroying more power
Is
generators.
that scout in the next zone, or is there just...
Dude,
No,
this area
I
is
think-
fairly large.
Wait, maybe you can go past this mountain. Maybe not through here, but... somewhere.
Long ass mission down here.
Gelastra.